Hey there everyone, this is Mystic Fish and welcome to episode 56 of our Factorio Space Age playthrough where we're designing upgradable bases. Last episode we got ourselves some power going and so that's sort of proper power, and as well as having the ability to dispose of any extra jelly fruit. So what we're going to do today is we need to do basically the same thing, and let's get, I think we can get rid of this guy. Oh, we need to get down here. We're gonna do the same thing for disposal of Yumako. And so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this stuff, maybe up to here. We're going to flip it horizontally. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Let's see, we are now going to get ourselves some Yumako mash. Like this. And then we are going to switch these to the Yumako seeds. Let's get the seeds. So we need the same number of assembly machine 2s to process a full belt of Yumako fruit. And let's see, that's going to be blacklisted. And so but one of the things that we have here is that whereas one recipe of jelly produces 4 jelly, one recipe of Yumako mash produces 2 mash. And so this means that we'll be able to we'll be able to shrink some of this. Maybe like this. So we'll only have 3. Like this, and then get rid of this stuff. Okay, then weave this in here. We're only going to need 3 of these. Like this. And we will only need 2 through here. That I think is right. And we will not bother with power generation. Okay, and then we need to come down here. All right, we also need to connect the Yumako orchard. And so, okay, let's get this all hooked up, and then we will be back. Okay, we are back, and we have successfully hooked up a belt over here to the Yumako farm. So that is good stuff. We are not calling for any Yumako, so we do not have any coming out here. We're controlling this belt here. And we did the same thing. We isolated the power networks here, but kept the red signal wire over here so that we can get independent solar for the Yumako fields. Okay, what are we going to do next? What I want to do today, now that we've got that out of the way, is I want to design what I'm going to call sort of an egg pilot light. And so let's see. This is the general idea here is, and let's get map view going here. I'm not sure where I want this all to go. But what I want is, let's see, there's a few things that I want to have happen here. I am going to need to make a couple of nutrients. Whoops. Yeah, let's do that here. Okay. So that I can get research the biochamber. So the general idea here is, like, one of the big problems with sort of bases on gleba is really eggs. There are two problems with it. Obviously, if the eggs spoil, they hatch into pentapods. But then also, if they spoil, then you don't get the egg for producing things. And so what I want here is just something that creates some fresh pentapod, some fresh pentapod eggs every so often, but then burns them before they expire. And so this is the general idea here. Let's get map view since we don't have any of these guys yet. And aha. Okay. Then the other thing that I want to have happen is I want to have restartable nutrient production. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have this be nutrients from spoilage. We're going to have this be nutrients from mash. And we're going to have this be just Yumako mash. So this is totally going to work just from Yumako fruit. So what else do we want here? All right, and really nutrients from spoilage is actually this is the key thing that lets us restart nutrient production automatically, because spoilage, doesn't spoil. It's shelf stable, so to speak. And so as long as we save up enough spoilage, we can sort of re-kickstart this when the time comes. So we are going to get some production here. Okay. And we're going to need to do a fair amount of circuit networky stuff. I do think we have to do... No, we don't need... We only need one of these. And then that will be Yumako in. And this will be nutrients in. And we really just need to, like, one of the things that I have found is you really just need to put like filters on absolutely everything. And so that's going to be mash. That's going to be Yumako's. We are also going to get spoilage out just in case. Like, sort of like one of the key things with producing stuff on gleba, whatever, however you say it, gleba, is that you have to have something that clears spoilage out. So we're going to do that here. Okay, so that's spoilage out. Now, you're also going to have nutrients in. So this will be, if we produce nutrients here, they can be fed into this guy. After that, this guy will be able to produce its own nutrients from the mash. So that's good. And so, well, let's get to this in a second. This needs to be spoilage. Okay, so what's the idea? The idea is that because the nutrients are going this way, we can restock on either nutrients or spoilage, because if we let the nutrients go long enough, then they'll spoil, and they spoil pretty quickly. And so we can just make sure that we have some combination. I think 20 spoilage is actually plenty. But we'll get some combination that sums to 20. So spoilage plus nutrients is about 20. And so we have to do some circuit network here. But generally speaking, the idea is that we save nutrients here. If it turns out that we need to re-kickstart it and there's nutrients in here, then great. We can just sort of like stick the nutrients right in here, which is good stuff. And then, but if the nutrients in here spoil, then they just get collected up here and they become the next source of material for kickstarting this from spoilage. Okay, that's good stuff. Next, we want this guy. This guy's going to be, so, well, let's see. We do know that we want, no, that's not it. Well, I am going to filter this. I think everything should just have filters. But we're going to make a stack size of 1. So this is going to be how we feed the eggs back in for further production. But we're going to control when we put an egg in here. And we're going to make sure that when we've produced an egg here, that we don't, that it won't spoil on the belt. So we'll have to do some timing work on this. Then we are going to get eggs out here. We are also going to get a stack size of 1. And actually, I just want to like extra make sure that this doesn't go too fast. So with each craft of eggs produces at least 2 eggs. And so the idea is that we're going to put 1 egg over here on the belts, and then the rest are going to go into a storage box that's filtered to eggs. And so under most crafts, we just have sort of one egg in here. When the productivity bonus procs, we will get extra eggs in here, but this is actually okay. And so because in that case we'll end up with 4 eggs. 1 will go here, 3 will go here. And conveniently enough, the stack size of this inserter here is going to be, these do not spoil, or if they spoil, they're going to be, I'm just going to like do this. Everything has filters. And then we get a heating tower. And so we're going to burn extras. Okay, and then we need nutrients in here. And we should just go ahead and... Pentapod eggs require a fair number of nutrients, and this will be spoilage out. Do we have spoilage? This one doesn't need spoilage out. I don't think. Maybe it does. I'm going to just do that, because no, it doesn't. Well, I suppose it's possible that nutrients are stuck in the output and they spoil. So let's just take care of that. And then what are we going to do? We're going to just run this around here. I suppose we have to come... Let's just make a nice little loopy there. Good. And then here's the Yumako. So that's going to go there. I'm going to come up here. Okay, and then that restores our Yumako line. Okay, now let's get power poles and probably lights. Well, we can't have this. We can't have asymmetric. I mean, I suppose we can. Let's move this here. And fine, let's do this. That's a light, that's a light, that's a light. Okay, that's all powered. And that's a light. And then let's see. Okay, are we ready to put... I think we're ready to put some stuff in here. So, first things first, when do we want... Well, let's see. Let's get... we need to get a counter here. We're going to connect this. We're going to count ticks of the game clock. And this will be if t. So 4 minutes is 14,400 ticks. So that's 4 minutes times 60 seconds per minute times 60 ticks per second. And then we do the input count. So that is a counter that counts up to 4 minutes. And then let's see. This thing is going to trigger. So this should be triggered if t equals 0. Okay, so that means every 4 minutes we're just going to burn whatever is in here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get that T signal in here. We are also going to see how much is in this box. So this will be, we're going to put an egg in if T is 0 or eggs less than or equal to 1 or 0. Now, less than or equal to 0, you're like, how can you have less than 0? And it turns out, like, when sometimes you end up with negative logistics counts. Maybe that doesn't happen here because we're actually looking at the actual belt contents, box chest contents. How about that? Whew. Okay, and then, and so when those happen, then we're going to say, give me an egg. And this is going to be enabled if that egg signal is greater than 0. Okay. Now, next step, we want to consider this belt, and this guy needs to be active only if there are no eggs on this belt. So that way we don't put more than one on, because this is limited to a stack size of 1. So this will grab 1 egg. Okay. Good stuff. So that will take care of every 4 minutes burning eggs that are in here and injecting an egg to be crafted. We are going to need some offshore pumpage. Let's see. How about there? And that gets us the water. Okay. Next. Okay. So we're going to use, can this reach up here? This is going to be fine. What we're going to say is if there is an egg in the chamber, then I'd better be producing nutrients. And so this is, let's see, and I have to read the contents. Read the contents. Not the one that's crafting. That's fine. Okay, so this is going to be enabled only if there's an egg in the chamber. Okay, that will generate mash for us. Then, let's see. We want, I think, whatever fruit we have in here, we want to be able to get all of the mash out. And so we kind of want to turn everything into nutrients that we can. And so what we're going to do is we need another decider. And so now we're going to look at these contents. So this is going to be read contents. We don't need the crafted one, but we do want the fuel. And so this will be, so this is, what do we want? Ah, right. This is when we want to put these nutrients in. Ordinarily, we want to stockpile this so that we're ready to kickstart again, because as long as this is producing nutrients, it should feed itself. So what we want is, we want there to be some mash, and we want there to be no nutrients. And as long as that's true, then we're going to say call for nutrients here. So that will go there. And this will be enabled only if nutrients greater than 0. Okay, this always works. And then the last thing is we want to know, I guess this is the same. This is the same. I think this is the same right here. So we're going to say nutrients greater than 0. So we only want to generate nutrients from spoilage if there's mash that needs to be consumed and there's not otherwise other nutrients in here. And then finally, we need an arithmetic combinator. And we want to look at these two boxes. And we want to say, give me the spoilage plus the nutrients. And let's just output F for fuel, I guess. And then this should be active only if F is less than, or let's just make sure less than or equal to 20. Let's not have any off by 1 errors here. Woo, 203 is too much. Okay. And then finally, the last thing we need is this guy. And you're going to go in here, and if there's an egg in the chamber, then you should ask for Yumakos. And that's going to go out here. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Let me build this, and then we'll see what is going to happen here. Okay. we've got this all built now. A couple things that I just also did. I needed to remember to produce seeds and make them available. And then I needed to put productivity modules in so that this sort of generates net seeds as we go. I then also, this circulating belt is going to potentially have some spoilage on it. And so we are going to just save that off. It comes down here just to be burned at the end of the line. What else do we need here? I think that's it. Okay, let's get... I want to get this guy. All right, I've got some eggs there. I think this means that I can do this stuff. Maybe here. And then I need to get some heat pipe. That guy. And I need steam turbines. That should be enough. Just complete the power plant here. Ooh, we need a lot more. Let's see, we don't need this. We do need... How many pipes do we need? 22. Okay. Oh. Ha ha ha. Let's get rid of this. That goes there. We need one more of these. Okay. Good. All right, let's see. I think I want, I can build 2 of these, which is perfect. That's exactly the number that I need for these. And yeah, we've got a fairly fresh... This guy's counting, right? Yeah, he's counting. He's up at 12K. Okay, good. Oh, we researched bioflux. That seems nice. Okay, and... Okay, now it should not, because we don't have anything in the chamber. Right, let's see. This guy should be disabled. Disabled by control behavior, good. This guy should be disabled by control behavior, good. This guy should be disabled. Okay, so then I think we just stick a pentapod egg in here. And now, okay, we're asking for Yumakos. That's gonna take a hot minute to get up here. So I'm gonna do a little cutscene until this fruit is a little closer. Okay. Fruit is arriving. So let's see if this... Oh, I gotta seed this thing. I need... Let's see if 20 is enough. Ooh, almost didn't test the restart mechanism. Because this is pretty much a cold start here, nutrient-wise. All right, making nutrients here, good. Nutrients, right, we're stockpiling these here. Now we're putting them in for the egg. Ooh, it took a little bit to get the... That egg was like half expired. Okay, did we end up with 1 egg here or 2 eggs here? Oh, it must have... What happened to my egg? There's 3 in here. Let's try this again. There's 1 on there. Right, just the green one. Okay. I can't really see is the problem. Where is the egg? Oh, it got put in? Okay, there's my egg. And now there's no egg in here. Good. This should be... Well, we've got a lot of stuff in here. But we should get 3 triggers of the 4-minute barrier. I don't like that. I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm wondering if we just had sort of a seeding problem here. Because there wasn't one in here. Oh, that explains it, because it just went straight back in here. Right. Okay, I see what happened. What happened was we produced 2 eggs. One of them came here. But this one, I need this one to also be a fast inserter. I think I need that one to also be a fast inserter. Stack size 1. Okay. All right, now let's check if we cleared stuff out here. Do we have... Okay, we have 22 spoilage. That's good. We have no mash in here. That's good. Oh, we have an egg in the chamber. Look at that. Conveniently enough. And we burned this guy. There's nothing in here. Let's see that this... I want to see that this is stable. We ended up with 1 here and 1 here. Good. Did we clear this out? This is cleared out of mash, etc. That's somebody coming to pick up the seeds, I think. And then we're not currently asking for any Yumakos. Okay, that's good stuff. This is our egg pilot light now. And so what are we going to use this for? One of the things is that we want, obviously we need, there are two things that you really use eggs for. One is making biochambers, which as long as we have the ingredients, all the ingredients except for the egg, for the biochamber, then we then go summon an egg via the logistics network and craft a biochamber and be safe. Then obviously we use it as an ingredient in the science. And so for that, what we'll do is we'll keep a belt going that just produces the eggs and then burns them at the end of the line if the science doesn't use them. But we can also control for not generating any eggs because that can produce a lot of eggs pretty quickly. And so we just want sort of like one fresh egg all the time. The egg that ends up on this belt doesn't end up in the logistics network, so that's okay. We have one available to go summon something, and so that can be either bootstrapping sort of the large-scale egg production, or it can be, like we said, the biochambers. So I think this is good stuff. How close are we to ticking over here? We're at 12,000 ticks, which I think it rounds up. So let's call it 2,400 ticks, 40 seconds, something like that. There we go. Now we're at 13. When that ticks to 14,000, we should have about 7 seconds left to check. Okay, so let's just see. We got some spoilage on here, which is fine. Well, that ticked to 14, so okay, good. That put a new egg in and burned the old one. And so now we just need, right? You want, oh, look at that. It started crafting. We need to do this. Now are we asking for it? Yes. Okay, good. Because we got stuck in the middle of a craft. And so we do need to finish that one, I think. Good. Oh, and the egg came out. And the egg is there. Oh, 2 eggs, because we must have procced productivity. Okay, great. So we're going to consider that one done. I may let this run for a little bit off camera just to make sure that it does not, in fact, erupt in a bunch of biter eggs and also doesn't burn all of the eggs. Both of those would make this less than useful, or at least less than fully useful. So that's what we have for today, though. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.